It's off to a steady start, but a slow start. So I'm really motivated to start speeding things up. I think the nature of certification is it's done by a third-party auditor. So that can be quite a slow and very thorough process, and it needs to be to show that level of rigor to the market. But yeah, my ambition is that within the next 2 years, we have a critical mass of retailers who are retail media measurement standard certified. So at that point, hopefully by 2028, it looks like if you don't have a certification, you're the odd one out.
Mm-hmm. And at this event today, we're hearing a lot about both retail media and connected TV, and we're hearing about the confluence of those two things as well. In the US right now, that confluence is really taking off. What would you say it would take for the UK to catch up at that scale?
I think the UK, to be honest, is holding its own.
Right.
I mean, ITVX launched with dunnhumby data, or Tesco Media, over 2 years ago, as did Channel 4 with Nectar 360. That's Sainsbury's retail media business. And then before that, you had Amazon as well. Naturally, that all exists within the same ecosystem. I do think with Europe, there are very, very strict privacy rules and laws when it comes to data protection, data privacy. So that means that data collaboration platforms that are privacy enhancing are really, really important, like Infosum, for example, to help ensure that data can be matched between those platforms, but without data ever being shared or having to move.
Mm-hmm. And do you believe that advertisers understand everything they need to about this opportunity, or if you could bust one misconception that you would say your partners have, what do you think that would be?
I think there's a dichotomy of thinking between brand advertising and performance advertising, or brand marketing and performance marketing. And because CTV exists very much within the brand world, bringing retail data into that, the perception is it's making it more of a sales harvesting type of play. But I don't think it does that it doesn't sacrifice the brand advertising utility within that. And I think that's what's really, really important. So, retail media within the CTV channel, can drive brand outcomes as well as commerce outcomes as well. And I think that's really important. So I think that will hopefully, as it becomes more widespread and data is used across more channels, it will help to take those misconceptions away.
We typically hear at an event like this that if there is a factor that's holding back the scaling of this opportunity, it's lack of standardization. Do you think that's the case? And if it is, what role do you think an agency like WPP Media can play in helping that along?
So within my role at IAB Europe, I chair the Retail and Commerce Media Committee. For 2 years in a row, we do a report based on a survey, which is called the Attitudes to Retail Media Report. And for 2 years in a row, the top blocker for further investment, or the top barrier to further investment, has been a lack of standardization on measurement. So it definitely is a real thing. I think from our point of view at WPP Media, we're very much here to first and foremost ensure that we're meeting the goals and objectives of our clients in terms of their campaigns and business objectives, but we do buy media on a huge scale. And fragmentation and lack of standardization is the enemy of scale. So as long as standardization is in the benefit of our clients' objectives, which is buying media at scale in a standardized way, then it's something that we'll remain to advocate for.
And in Europe, what would that standardization look like? What would we identify as that standards gap closing in Europe?
Like I said earlier, it would definitely be a critical mass of retailers who are retail media measurement standards certified. So my ambition, like I said, is to have that critical mass over the next 2 years. I think that needs to start with, the top 2 or 3 retailers in each of the top European markets standardized through next year.
What are you most excited about for 2026?
Just continue pushing for that standardization very much, and working on bringing commerce data into brand channels like CTV.